2022 is kind of a unique year for me, considering I not only debuted as a VTuber, more like a PNG tuber, but same difference. I started drawing, I drew that comic book. It's not on my VOD channel because it's more about me, and it was also a school project. And I played a lot of games, and I read a lot of manga. Yeah. This is the year when I finally got into Chainsaw Man, and then I also read Oyasumi Pun Pun. It's quite a trip, but I didn't really mind it. But that's not what we're talking about here. The one thing I did as a streamer, as well as off-stream, I was playing games, because, we're all gamers. Yeah, games were a part of my stream. I played some this year, which we're going to be talking about. And there was also some games that I played off stream. Just to set an example here, I play games because, look, these are all the games that I bought physically this year. And then here's what I played. So you know that this is just my backlog. There's no denying that I've been wanting to get into some games. That's why this top 10 isn't going to really be a top 10. It's more like a top 5 of like my favorite games that I played this year. I'm going to take this in the direction kind of like Video Game Dunkey, where it doesn't have to be released this year. It just has to be a game I played this year. And you'll know that very soon when I show not only what number 5 is, but also the honorable mention, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tag an honorable mention next to a placement on this list. So, without further ado, let's just get started on the list. LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga has been a game I've been anticipating since 2019. There was that E3 trailer showing off, whoa, this is the complete saga. This is going to be like the biggest game yet, even though they didn't show any gameplay footage that time. But when they did, it was pretty cool. It was pretty expansive. But then weeks before the game comes out, it's been revealed that there was intense crunch happening. Because, crunch is a big thing that happens in the industry. It was really saddening to hear that LEGO would no longer license games from TT Games. And this would be like the last one we're going to get. Having said that, this is a good game, but I'm too used to the old format. So like a week before the game came out, I decided to binge play the complete saga. There's a playlist on my YouTube channel, and from there you can see that I was just trying to complete it, and I was realizing how much fun this was, like trying to race to the finish line in 4 days. But to talk about the Skywalker Saga, it's alright. It's alright. The open world, galaxy is pretty cool. I had fun with, the story mode. It was good to finally have the sequel trilogy, even though I'm not going to be here arguing about how the sequel trilogy sucks, because, there's already opinions on that right now. But yeah, it was fun playing the campaign on stream, having some people around, and then I decided I would 100% complete the game. And 90 hours later, I've got to say I'm glad I... No, that's too mean. I've just got to say that it was kind of boring from the end of episode 9 to 100%, because you're just running around the galaxy getting these bricks, and what does it amount to? Some power-ups. Yeah, that's it, just power-ups. And once you get the stud multipliers, it's okay, you just need to run around and unlock things like extras, like ships, like characters, in order to unlock or just fill out the roster. I'm not a big fan of the class system. I feel like that kind of waters down what was already an okay thing from LEGO games. And you're gonna see from the honorable mention that I didn't like the class system, but it's probably better than what the honorable mention did. It was cool seeing the game again. It was a little nostalgia trip. Yeah. Yeah, the honorable mention is another LEGO game, and you saw that earlier in this video. It's LEGO Indiana Jones. I decided it would be a little fun to just play the game from start to finish 100% on stream, and I didn't realize how much of a dread that would be, trying to find everything. I forget that the music just kind of loops itself. I was planning on creating a hour-long supercut of the playthrough, but as I was trimming it down, I realized how boring it was. I've been falling asleep trying to edit this thing together. So ultimately that got canned. But it was a cool thing to have this nostalgia trip with LEGO Star Wars and Indiana Jones. Splatoon 3 came out this year, and everybody thought it was more like Splatoon 2. Thank you, Dunkey. But yeah, you know, Splatoon 3 is a step up from Splatoon 2. I liked what it added onto it, you know, new weapons. I like the squid roll, even though I barely use it in gameplay. I was playing the Alterna playthrough, or the Alterna story mode, and I was like freaking dreading it when I saw that it was carrying some of the same elements as Octo Expansion. But no, it was a pleasant game, or a pleasant story mode. Salmon Run, it's just a new addition. I liked Salmon Run in Splatoon 2. I was like a professional there. Wait. Professional? Dumb word. And then you come into this game, and you get your ass kicked because not only are like flyfish and stringers overpowered, there's like more than 10 on the field at the time. And then you get stuck with noobs, and you know, this is just me malding and like making excuses. But you know, it is what it is for a new game. The tricolor like Splatfests, they were alright. I didn't participate in any of them because I just didn't have any interest to. On a side note, I'm in this like group chat with Splatoon players, but they're not like a normie casual like I am. They're like, okay, we're gonna play on ranked mode, we're gonna like grind to the top. And so I just get kind of lost in this gap of like skill, the skill issue of the century, you know? That's like my favorite line to say. But yeah, if you're not that like professional at Splatoon, just hit me up. I'm on Discord. This is my ID. And we're gonna talk about the honorable mention. Fall Guys, another multiplayer game. Wow! Actually, we have one more multiplayer game, I think. Let me check my notes. Yeah, there's just one more multiplayer game besides this Fall Guys game. I already played Fall Guys before, like, last year. I really wish I got that Ratchet and Clank skin. It was fun then. And then the game finally went... Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, so Fall Guys was pretty neat. And then it finally went free to play this year. Multi-ported. Wait, multi-ported? And not only that, it's free to play. So, you know, I got it on my Switch. Like all my other games I'm going to talk about. And one of my buddies, I told him, hey, we got to get on this Fall Guys game. We played and we had a blast, you know. Because that's the important part of Fall Guys. You have to have friends to play with it, because it's kind of like boring and you start malding by yourself. So that's why I decided to add this game on as an honorable mention, because this was just an opportunity to play with some friends. We had a blast. Well, a game I didn't expect I would enjoy because it's a roguelike. And did you know that this is the first game I played on stream? You might even say it's my debut game. Yeah, that's Hades. So, you know, like I just said, it's a roguelike. Like most roguelikes, death is kind of a thing you have to anticipate in the early game. And same thing in this game, except the key difference here is that dying and failure is something you're going to have to expect in this game. But what I like about it is that it's framed so that you're expected to fail and that you're supposed to grow. And I know this kind of sounds ridiculous, but when I play other roguelikes, I'm like, why can't I just get to the next level? And unlike most roguelikes, this game has character. And ooh, slander. But it's like the characters that everybody recognizes. Those being Greek mythology characters. You've got, of course, Hades, a titular character. You also have like the Olympic gods. So you have like Zeus, Poseidon, Aphrodite. You know, all of them. And it's pretty cool that, you know, the story is that they're gonna help you get back to Olympus. Well, not even get back, just go there. I've played this on stream, and I did eventually beat it 10 streams later. Or like 30 hours. But it's so... But, you know, I'm not upset about that, because the final boss music is pretty sick, even though it's the same song as the main theme. But who you fight at the end? Dude, that's really good. I like that. There's another 2 roguelike titles in this list, but because of the way they're kind of structured and played, I don't really consider them as roguelikes, even though they are. They're just kind of like arcadey. Yeah, waha! I played Toontown like 2019, then I fell off because I had a task, and then I came back to it. So that's what happened. And before you ask, yes, I'm gonna keep playing this game. Yes, I'm gonna keep making videos because I have fun making those videos. And I hope that you get to see more of those in 2023.
I mean, it's a $3 game, right? It's a $3 game.
I didn't think I would put as many hours into this game as I thought I would. If you're not familiar with the Vampire Survivors, basically you have to survive 30 minutes against these hordes of enemies. Like, you got bats, you've got milk, you've got ghosts. But yeah, you're just fighting off these enemies for 30 minutes. I'm not going to tell you what happens if you haven't played it yet, but like, that's why it's 30 minutes. But you know, it's just the constant like cycle of unlocking things as you play the game that keeps it entertaining. So I never got bored of unlocking things. And then you like get the achievement list to see what you have to do to get those items. Because, you know, each achievement is tied to an item. And then you have secrets. I'm not going to talk about the secrets. You're going to have to play for yourself. But yeah, this is a really, you know, just constant game throughout the year. I've only played it once on stream. But let me tell you, I was like playing it a ton of times throughout the year. Like even getting this B-roll, I started playing more after the fact. And yeah, that was like a really good game that I played. But how did I get into Vampire Survivors? Well, a little shark convinced me.
Yumi!
Yeah, I bet you didn't see this coming. Hollow Cure, it's another like Vampire Survivors type game that, you know, it's just a fan game, except it's really good. I don't recommend it if you don't like watch VTubers or HoloLive, because this is just like a fan servicey game where it just kind of nods back to all the HoloLive streamers. What's different about this game from Vampire Survivors is, you know, strafing is a thing. You're gonna see like in this footage, I have like a triangle reticle aiming around. That's not in Vampire Survivors, so when you have that in this game, you're kind of strafing. I use a controller because it's just easier to do that. And yeah, there's just like minor differences to this game. Like, characters here have a main weapon that can't be used by other characters. The way weapons evolve is different from Vampire Survivors, kind of. And you know, it's just a fun game. Like, sometimes I'll play it if I'm bored and I don't want to play Vampire Survivors. But then there's like these other games on the list that I've been playing to, you know, make sure that these two never get old. Whoa! Before I get into my favorite game of this year, I just want to talk about a game that I tried playing but I couldn't get into, but I really want to get back into. It's this indie game called Silo Sybil. I don't think there are a lot of videos about it, and I know for sure that I'm not going to be the last or first person to make one. But Silo Sybil, it's just like a PlayStation 1 style game that kind of pays an homage to Crash Bandicoot. And you know, I love Crash. I've 100%ed the Insane Trilogy. I've tried doing that in the original PS1 games, but you know, a little too hard for me. And I discovered this game last year, and I played the demo, and let me tell you, I really liked the demo. You know, you could complete both levels. There was a precision, like, platformer element to it that I enjoyed. And then it was in 3D, and it was Crash Bandicoot-like, so of course I had to love it. At some point this year, I bought the game, but I actually didn't like it. I was scared. I think it's because I was in this completionist mindset where I wanted to do everything in one go. But then I realized I'm probably not skilled enough, or I just haven't found the right, like, mushrooms, because, you know, this game, like, the main character, Sybil, she's a mushroom. I thought, fine, I'll just go through all the levels, and then I get to the first boss, and, yeah, that thing kicked my ass so many times, I mauled it and refunded the game. I'm sorry, Bad Vertex, if you're watching this, I doubt you are, because nobody knows who I am, but you're probably gonna, like, gloat about this on your Twitter, and you know what, fine, whatever. I do promise to get back into it someday. Hopefully 2023 is the year of the Sybil. Remember the Nintendo Direct from September this year? Yeah. There was like a 30-second trailer for a game. A highly anticipated game for like 10 years. And we're getting it next year. That's pretty cool. I decided I wanted to go back and finally try the game series. I played the demo of this on the Switch eShop. And after playing the demo, I loved it so much that I just had to get a copy of this game. And I just had to play it. Of course, that's going to be Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Now, Pikmin has been on my radar for many years, since like about middle school. Maybe even before that, because of Olimar appearing in Smash Bros. Brawl. I thought, wow, this guy's kind of weird, and he's got these little creatures around him. What's he about? And I guess I must have figured out that he was from Pikmin, because then in middle school, I would watch Chugga Conroy's Let's Plays of the Pikmin games, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. Too bad I can't play it because I don't have a Wii, a GameCube, a Wii U, and it's totally not coming to Switch. And then it came on to Switch, when was that, 2020? Yeah, 2020. I was like, wow, this is cool. I should play this sometime. And then I didn't play it for 2 years. And then I finally played Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and I got madly addicted to it. Like, I got the game in October, so this is recency bias, but I don't care because it's still just that good. I played the game's story mode 3 times in the course of 2 weeks, and one of them was in Ultra Spicy mode, where I hit like a record of 21 days. I don't know what went in me, but I guess it's part of the reason why I stopped streaming. I think I'll talk more about that in streaming future in a bit, but anyways, I f***ing love Pikmin now. I'm a Pikmin fan. And I loved the game so much that in one of the few cases, a case study even, I downloaded the Dolphin emulator so I could play the first 2 games. Pikmin 1 kicks my ass. Like, sometimes I just learn that, you know, the Pikmin will pick up grass and like play with it. It's a little tedious at first, but then I look at it and I start laughing because of just how funny it is. Like, they stop on their tracks to pick grass. But yeah, this is like a franchise I know I'm going to be a certified fan of, whatever that means. And 2023, Pikmin 4, that's going to be my most anticipated game of the year. And yeah, those were all the games that I played 2022, you know, this year. It wasn't a lot of games. Like, I was going to make this a top 10, but I could barely count all 10 that I've played. There was a 11th one that I didn't want to include because, like, you don't know. Who talks about Ring Fit Adventure? I'm going to be playing some more games in my backlog. I do want to get back into Oddworld in a bit, even though this is a game I haven't talked about anywhere. But that leads me to the future of Bones Bornagain. I debuted as a VTuber this year because you know, I just wanted to get my own like share at it. Well, not in fame, but just at least in trying to be a VTuber. I'm still not like a complete VTuber with the face tracking. I'm just a PNG tuber, and I probably have picked one of the nicher like type of VTuber, a Skeletuber. But yeah, I've been like I streamed for like 6 months because I wanted to get that whole like ball rolling. I wanted to be a streamer, and I felt most comfortable as a VTuber. But then, you know, things in life happen, and I got caught up in other things outside of being a streamer and a VTuber in this community. And I do have some things I want to say about this community. Mostly like slander, like a slander meme, but not really. It's just some kind of critiques I have towards the VTuber community. That might be a video, that might not. I can't promise it, but the direction of Bones Bornagain, myself, I think I'm going to be sticking to YouTube for the time being. Not as in live streaming, but as just general video making. I might hold a stream, one more stream this year, to kind of reflect on just the past year. I know I'm sounding a little emotional because of my voice, but not really. It's just being reflective. 2023, I think, should be the year where I do stuff that isn't live streaming, because when you're a live streamer and you don't have anything else behind you, it's like, why would anybody want to watch? And that's just the truth, because, I mean, I go on a Twitch. Okay, maybe I'm a bad example, because I like watching Zero Viewer Andy's. That's kind of what I have to say. Bones Bornagain would be a YouTuber 2023, and I hope I can come back to live streaming. I like talking to people on stream and on the chat. It's just kind of hard to do it when you're by yourself. I think that's going to leave it off. I don't know if I'll have another video this year. But there should be plenty of more coming next year. I'll guarantee that. So, yeah. I wish everybody like a happy holidays and a happy new year. And I hope to see you next time.